Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and the hot topic in Overwatch lately has been the meta. The double shield meta, the Symmetra meta, the Doomfist meta. However, I'm here to ask the question, does the meta really matter? Do you have to play the meta to be able to win Overwatch games? That's kind of like asking, does size matter? Which we can ask my girlfriend if size Oh, I don't have one. I wonder why. Anyway, you often see a lot of these YouTubers and streamers, including myself, talking about the current meta and how that's the only way that you can win competitive games, or that's the only strategy that's viable, but it often seems like outside that realm, you're not seeing double shields in every single one of your games, or you're not seeing a Symmetra beaming down these shields, or a Doomfist punching past them. So why is that? Is it because the meta really doesn't matter, or is it because it does? And that's the whole point of this video, is to really not only talk about this current meta, but to also tell you that it does matter, but it also isn't something that you should be stressing about. So it does matter, but it doesn't matter. The only time that the meta really does matter is assuming that everyone in this match is of the same skill level. Everyone's able to aim the same, everyone has the same mechanical skill, and able to put in the same amount of work in all the heroes, but you need that competitive edge that can only be provided by specific heroes. So that's why when you start to get higher into the ranks, the meta starts to matter, because everybody knows how to aim, everybody knows how to play the game, and everybody knows how to pop off with all these heroes and what you need to do with all these heroes. But you need to play the best heroes that can give you that competitive edge, which is where you queue in heroes like Sigma and Orisa, because those are not only the best tanks, but honestly the best heroes. And to get the competitive edge in the DPS category, you start to see players play Symmetra and Doomfist, and then support heroes Lucio and Moira, and it's because everybody's good, but we need to play the best heroes to be able to be better than them. But remember what I said at the beginning of that tangent. When you start to get higher into the ranks, that's when the meta starts to matter more. And that's where you ask yourself a question, what really matters to me? Does climbing, does getting to the next rank, does trying to get into the Overwatch League matter to me? Then the meta should matter to you. You should start to play heroes like Orisa or Symmetra, whether you like it or not, whether you're good with them or not, which we'll get into later on in the video if you're good with the meta or not. But if you ask yourself that same question and you say, I like to have fun, or I want to play the heroes that I want to play, or I want to play the heroes that I'm best with, which is basically just saying I want to play the heroes that I want to play, because you don't want to learn these new meta heroes. And at that point, then the meta doesn't matter to you. But then guess what? Climbing, in a sense, doesn't matter to you. But then you're gonna say, oh, bro, you whack. Well, guess what? I'm not playing the meta, and I'm still climbing. I'm playing Genji. I'm playing Brigitte. I'm playing Diva, and I'm winning tons of matches. And first off, shouts out to you. I'm so glad that you're winning. But the second thing I'm going to say is that guess what? The enemy team is not good at playing the meta. And this is the second reason as to why the meta shouldn't matter. And that is, you have to still be good at the meta. You still have to be good with Sigma, Orisa, Doomfist, Symmetra, Moira, Lucio, or whoever it's going to be. You still have to be good at those heroes to be able to excel not only at the rank that you're at, but also in the future higher ranks that you're soon going to get to. The gameplay that you're going to be watching right now is going to be me playing Symmetra on King's Row. Now, first and foremost, I'm not a Symmetra main. I don't know why people assume I'm going to be good at Symmetra. Now, yes, I do play her in a stupid way by not using her teleported turrets, but that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to make here is that I'm going to get fisted by Doomfist, all right? And there's two reasons for that. It's A, I'm not good at Symmetra, and B, he's good at Doomfist. But we're both playing meta heroes, so why am I losing? Well, it's because I suck and he's better, and that's the loophole in the meta that it shouldn't matter in the end. If you're a better player, if you're a better Genji, and they're a trash Doomfist or Symmetra, you should still win. That's why you shouldn't stress about the meta, and that's why it shouldn't matter. You still have to be good at Overwatch. You can't just play the popular heroes that are supposedly the most meta heroes and be expecting to win games. No, because eventually you're going to run into someone that's not only better than you, but also someone that's better at the meta than you. But that don't mean you can't try. That don't mean that in the future there might be a broken hero that you can still play even if you have 9 hours on her, and you can still get a ton of victories. Q and Symmetra, because this is where we complain about the meta, because even though I said it doesn't matter, it should matter in your games. Here, when it comes to the Symmetra meta, if they have double shields, you should be playing Symmetra. There is no other hero that can not only put in work, but honestly counter that composition on the enemy team than Symmetra, because this is what I would consider a broken meta, because anybody can play Symmetra. You don't have to be somewhat good with the turret placements or even the teleporter. You just have to beam down the shields, beam down everybody else, and you will win games, assuming that they don't have, again, this goes with the whole entire video, the same kind of composition, but they're better at Symmetra and Sigma and Orisa than you. And if they are, then they will win, because not only do they have a competitive advantage that can only be provided by the heroes, but they're also just better than you. So to summarize this somewhat confusing video, does the meta matter? Yes, if you do want to climb, if you want to be able to hang with the big dogs, then you should play the popular heroes. But note that you still have to be good with those heroes. You can't just pick up a Sigma or a Moira and expect to do work unless they're broken, like Symmetra. But if you don't care and you only want to play the heroes that you have fun with or that you're quote-unquote good with, then it shouldn't matter to you. But guess what? Neither does climbing. And that's just the sad reality of Overwatch. Eventually, you're gonna run into people that are gonna beat you down because they decided to play the meta, or they're just better at the game than you. And that's just because that's how Overwatch works. It's forever evolving, which means that Symmetra could be trash tier last season, but because Sigma got added into the game, which enhanced Symmetra's ability to be able to build her beam to level 3, it shot her up all the way to S tier, to where it's not only the best hero to play alongside Sigma and Orisa, but it's also the most broken hero because of how the game works. So eventually, Symmetra's gonna be an F tier again, and then Genji will be an S tier, and then Pharah will be an S tier, and that's just because it's forever evolving. And if you don't like that, then say to Blizzard, do not add any more heroes. Well, you don't want that. So of course, it's gonna be changing. There's gonna be meta shifts, and this is just a perfect case of a meta shift. At one point, Mei was meta, and now she's not really because Symmetra is more meta. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think about the meta, because that's what I honestly think, and I think most people would agree, but maybe you have a different thought. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.